Getting through my morning every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Jody and Hazy's Sealed Section.
Yep, a brand new segment is called Jody and Hazy's Silk Section, introducing, of course, producer Zoe.
Hello.
Tiff Warren from 10 News First. And
Sorry, I'm panicked.
what an endearing introduction. And also, of course, the wonderful Jodie Oddie. G'day, ladies.
G'day. Okay. So it's basically an incarnation of what we did last year. It's all those girly things that we talk about off air and we're like, screw it, let's talk about it on air. Yeah, exactly. So, I recently had a situation. I'm really, really curious to pick your brains about it, girls. What?
I've got a very, very strong little message in this envelope. Should we get stuck into it?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Go on then.
The sealed section,
Oh.
as it would be. Are you ready? So, issues here. Just bloody prick myself again. I can't read my writing. What does that say there, Jodes?
Okay. This is today's topic. What do you say to someone who has lost a lot of weight?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
That's salacious.
All right, who wants to go first? Because everyone really has to tiptoe around feelings these days, don't they?
Oh, you say that like it's a bad thing. Like,
Oh, shut up. I'm just joking. I'm obviously joking for a fact.
The person with an 8-pack in the room.
I know.
Commenting on bodies.
I know.
Yeah.
He's the
Bag
most
of beers that I stole.
ripped dude in Adelaide.
Worry about feelings.
Right, this is a tricky one.
Yeah,
Because
it is. Yeah. And it happened to a friend of mine very recently where she had a friend that lost 30 kilos. 30 kilos.
Goodness me.
Like,
what an effort.
Which is, in terms of health and well-being and fitness, good
Fantastic.
on you.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's amazing. So anyway, she saw her and she said when she first saw her, she was like, I didn't even recognise her. She'd lost so much weight. And then she was like, I should say, well done. And then she also second-guessed herself because she was like, oh, no. Like, if I say that, is that offensive? Suggesting that when she was 30 kilos heavier, then she looked worse than what she does now. And so she ended up running with, oh, you look great. Have you had your hair done?
No. Not going to work. Not going to work. But I understand. Like, it
That's a
comes from a
safe
really
middle
nice
ground.
place because
Yes.
she's trying to be sensitive to the situation.
Tiff Warren from 10 News
Go on
First.
then.
Thoughts and feelings on this?
Well, that's, I think, if you have gone to the trouble of really looking after yourself and you're smashing the gym and you've gone on this journey and people don't notice, you'd be like,
Excuse me.
for what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I knew a person from uni who got her nose done, just speaking about facial and body changes, and because she didn't like her nose, and I didn't want to be obvious and be like, oh, wow. So I just said, but it was knowledge that she'd had it done. I said, it looks really great. It's really subtle. You can hardly tell. And she kind of looked at me like, I didn't drop thousands of dollars on my new snout for you to not notice.
See,
This beautiful
completely agree.
On my new-
slope nose. Look at how magnificent it is.
Yeah.
Right, so Tiff, would you say you look fantastic because you've lost so much weight?
I wouldn't
Or would
word
you
it
just
like that,
say
Andrew
you
Hayes.
look fantastic?
I think I'd do what Jodie's friend to go, your hair looks so nice.
Yeah.
I think I'd panic as well. Because you don't want to make it sound like they looked bad before, because they wouldn't have and they didn't. But I think I'd panic and melt into the floor and then ring Jodes and be like, I didn't know what to say.
Yeah. It's tricky territory. Producer Zoe, what do you think?
I know. We know that I don't think you should comment on anyone's weight ever.
Yeah.
Like, up, down, whatever. I think it's too much risk. I also think that there's more worth to a person than their weight, so why does that need to be something we bring up?
Here's one for you.
Yeah, I know. You and
Here we
I
go.
argued
Here
about
we
this
go.
What if you're a professional sumo wrestler and the goal is to gain a buttload of weight, and someone goes, congratulations, you're looking so fat, well done. Because that's the goal, Jodes.
Okay, no.
As a professional sumo wrestler.
Yeah, but that's professional
So
athlete.
if you're
It's very
cruising around,
different
someone
to
goes, oh, you've put on a whole heap of fat. They go, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
No.
Just food for thought.
No,
Just food for
I don't
thought.
think you
Here if
should
you
have
need.
that comment.
Here if you need.
all right.
Okay, I'm going to regret this. No, you run into a woman, she's lost 30 kilos.
You say nothing.
You clearly have known her for a long time. You realise that she's lost a lot of weight. What do you say?
Well, now I'm second guessing myself
Yeah.
based on this. But I would say, and particularly if it was a bloke, I would say, mate, you have lost a lot of weight. Well done. And then I would say, take me through it. What did you do? Because this is I know losing weight, and I've had to lose weight before. It's really
yeah.
hard.
When?
No,
He only had a 6'4",
I'm weighing
now
about
he's got an
93.
Now he's got an 8
I'm weighing about 93 right now. There was one, I tipped 100 a few years ago and I had a proper little belly. I was drinking too much beer.
Yeah.
Losing weight and doing exercise, it's really painful. So I'd appreciate that. And if I was a bloke and I'd lost a heap of weight and someone said, you've lost weight, I'd go, thank you very much. Yes, I do want to tell
We
you
talked about
about
this last week, though, because I have also lost weight. About 5 years ago, I lost nearly 15 kilos.
Whoa.
And I didn't like it when people would tell me how good I looked. In the moment, I liked it, and then I'd think about it and be like, oh, cool, so I was awful before. That's why I just don't think you should mention. Also, you never know why or how someone's lost weight. What if they're not well? You know,
I was
like,
going to say,
just-
what if they did it the
just-
old-fashioned
yeah.
way with cigarettes and laxatives?
Okay, Chloe from Alberton, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
What are your thoughts, Chloe?
All right, this is coming from someone who has lost just over 45 kilos.
Wow.
See, now no one knows
we
what to
don't have to
say.
Sorry,
Chloe.
can I say congratulations? That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much. I believe it's not good to say anything, personally, for the fact of I've heard a lot of positive things, I've heard a few negative things, and both the positive and the negative don't come out just right.
Yeah.
And someone might think that they're complimenting you, but it's really just a bit of a dig in the end with the way they say it, whether it's, you know, they don't know how to say it or it's jealous or, you know, just I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my life, mentally, physically, you know, and I think people should just be like, you know, you're doing well, good job, but that's it. You know, don't comment on, you know, what do I look like, because, you know, I got a lot of loose skin. I still have a lot of body dysmorphia. You don't know what someone's fighting in their head.
Yep.
And, you know, don't comment on it because that could spiral someone.
Which is a good point. That's exactly what producer Zoe said. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes
Yeah.
before you throw out like a really, really holistic statement.
Yeah, absolutely. And Chloe, would you prefer people ask you how are you feeling as opposed to commenting on how you
Yeah.
look? Right.
Yeah, 100%. I was super overweight. It hurt to get up in the morning, hurt to go to bed, you know, but now I hurt for a different reason. I hurt because I lift heavy weights and, you know, I'm really physically quite strong now. So I'd rather people go, you know, how are you feeling? Like, you know, do you need anything, you know, because a weight loss journey can be quite isolating as well, I've found.
Yeah.
I have a partner and a really supportive family, but you do isolate yourself from a lot of social situations and things, because if your end goal is you're set on it and it's in sight, you know, it's easier to just put yourself first, and, you know, everybody kind of forgets about that a little bit.
Well, Chloe, I will say this very, very carefully. If you feel wonderful, then good for you.
Yeah, spot on.
Thank you very much.
That's what it's all about. Excellent. I'll say something. Chloe, what about the weather?
Yeah, it's hot.
That's right. There we go. That's what we do.
Let's go to Chantel from Para Hills. You lost some weight, Chantel.
I have. I've lost nearly 40 kilos so far.
Yeah.
A bit more to go, but yeah, nearly 40 kilos at the moment.
Wow.
So, do you want to talk about Chantel? So, how do you want people to address it? Because I've got a lot of questions.
I get a lot of compliments going, oh, you look amazing. And like producers always said, you know, there's that little voice that goes, oh, maybe I wasn't when I was a lot bigger. But overall, I think the effort that I've put in, I kind of, you know, you almost want that validation a little bit. You know, there's almost a little, hey, you know, I did this thing. And it's more so for the health perspective for me. I was a diabetic. I had high blood pressure, lots of issues, and I've reversed almost all of that. And, you know, I do like to talk about it, especially on my social media, about, you know, I've taken myself from a pretty precarious situation at quite a young age to, you know, now pretty much being on my way to being completely healthy. So,
well,
you know,
amazing.
On that front, you should be absolutely congratulated. That's
well
huge.
done.
Thank you.
Well done, Chantel.
Yeah.
Thank
Do
you.
you want to share your social media handle, or you want to keep it secret?
it's pretty private. I've got kids.
Okay, fair enough.
I do keep it pretty private. But yeah, I do have a weight loss page. It is called Shani's Weight Loss Journey.
Okay.
And I post on there sporadically, but nothing too crazy. So
Thank you.
But yeah.
All right,
Well done.
amazing. Dan from Strathalbyn. Have we got time to take a couple
Yes.
more calls? Dan, you lost some weight as well.
Yes, I have, yes.
And how have you found it? People's response?
And how much?
About 55 to 60 kilos. And most people have been okay about it, but I've had a few people just seem to focus on how I looked and sort of really let rip about how big I was. And
Oh, that's not nice.
See, that's ridiculous.
No, I just
Dan, first of all, congratulations. But I'm just going to ask a question anyway. You obviously know what to do now. What have you cut out, or what is your secret now to weight loss? Because I think a lot of people are still trying to work that out as we go.
I don't drink anymore.
Yep.
Mostly cut out bread and pasta and cut down on what I used to eat and when I ate. So
Okay.
it's probably the biggest things.
Yes.
So calories in versus calories out.
That's it.
And
Basic equation.
now when I go out for work functions, I don't have to, not just drinking all the time. I just have soda water or tonic water and can still do all the work things and it doesn't matter.
Oh, well
That's
done.
awesome, Dan.
Amazing.
Well done. One more. Philip from Freeland. Good morning, Philip. You there, Philip?
Yes, hello.
Hello. Your thoughts, Philip?
Good. Hey. Well, first of all, welcome back, guys. Glad you guys are back.
Oh, good on you, Philip. Good to have you back on board for 2025.
So, look, I'm all for positivity, and if someone has actively made a conscious effort to lose weight, I think you should tell them that they're good, that they've lost, that it's noticeable. Because as someone that's built like a blimp, if someone told me that I'd lost weight, I'd be ecstatic.
See, I don't want to speak on behalf of all blokes, but certainly from my perspective and producer Flack, we're very similar. If I was working so hard and I'd lost sort of 40 kilos, I want some acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Like, get around.
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Exactly. Like, it's all the stigma of blokes are blokes, rah. Stuff that. If we've lost weight, let us know we've lost weight. We'll feel better. We'll look in the mirror. We'll flex. We'll feel better about ourselves.
That's a good way to end this conversation. Well done, Philip. Thank you so much. There you go.
Oh, thank you so much to everyone who called through. You're now on the standby list for Nova's Cash or the Car.
And as always, we end this segment with the notion that men are basic creatures.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
And
very,
I've
very
always said
fair.
it.
That's all you want. Is your little ego stroked.
Yep. Brand new segment, sealed section. Let's do it again next week. Tiff Warren from 10 News First. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you so
in.
much.
Aw.
I'm going to
Good
go
luck
stand in the hot
tonight.
weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me guess, she'll be by some sort of pool or beach this evening?
Perchance. Hey,
Yeah.
tune in.
What?
Don't want to spoil it.
Given the weather as well, Tiff, what happens between now and when you go to eat? Are you just searching for koalas to feed some water to, or get your videos in?
What is your handle at 10 News First, by the way, if anyone's got any thirsty koalas
really?
just having a drink of water?
Hashtag SA with Tiff.
Ah, that's nice. Firstly, from the weekend, can we talk about the Adelaide 36ers?
We can.
Can you pick up and mend my broken heart, please?
I can't. I don't know how. So Friday night, and you were there for a little bit. You had
Yeah.
a little chat to our boy DJ for 7 News.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I was late.
You were late. Well, how were you late?
Well, I wasn't late.
Okay.
I wasn't late, but we couldn't get the whole team there for about 20 minutes. DJ, bless him, just a legend throughout the whole process.
Talk me
if
through.
I was waiting, if someone asked me to do them a favour and then I had to wait 20 minutes for them, perhaps I'd get a little bit upset, but not DJ.
So explain this to me, Producer Flack. Channel 7 is located approximately 350 metres.
Don't you do that. Don't you do that, because what Channel
From-
7 was doing, the cameraman was at the airport feeding stuff back for Channel 9 and Channel 10. So, in a way, it's your fault. Oh, come on.
I'm just saying it's a close proximity from the Channel 7 studios to
Crazy,
the Adelaide
right?
Entertainment Centre where they play.
Unbelievable
So
sense.
20 minutes later, it just seems so
Yeah.
You know?
Anyway, we had some big predictions for the
We
game
did.
on Friday night. Of course, I played against Brisbane, and if they won, then they would absolutely lock up a spot in the playoffs. Sometimes you've got to be accountable for what you say. This is what happened on Friday. They're going to win tonight by
Oh, go on.
14 points. And at one stage, they'll be leading by 27.
I'm going to say 16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jot
that's
that
good.
down, Producer Flack, please. Then we can revisit on Monday.
Go Sixers. Was I drunk? Jot that down, please, Producer Flack.
Was I? I was so confident. Jot that down, young
Jot that
man.
down.
Thank you.
Honestly, when I watched the end of the game on Friday night and I saw the final
Oh, did you
score,
have a giggle, did you?
all I could think about was I'm going to roast you two on Monday.
Oh, man.
Because you were so confident, both of you.
Do you know the worst tip I've ever done? And I don't mean to talk about another radio station, but it was when our good friend Kane Corns
Yeah.
on SEN, and we do a thing called the Friday forecast, and
Yeah.
you tip something or what's going to happen over the weekend.
Yeah.
And I never go into the space because I have no idea, but I tipped a horse to win. I was like, I've been looking at this and I reckon this horse will win. Anyway, we came back on Monday and I'd forgotten what we'd even say. Kate was like, do you remember that horse that you tipped to win?
Yeah.
It didn't win, it died. It broke its leg and they put it down. And we're like, wow. I didn't wish that upon anyone.
Whoa.
Anyway, it's not that bad, but the Sixers, none from 2 on the weekend. No one saw that coming.
No, and then the game yesterday against Southeast Melbourne. I'm sorry if you're not a basketball fan, but we're heavily invested here at Nova. We really are.
Yeah, like our hearts are in it.
And by halftime, they were down by 20 points, and I went and jumped in the pool with the family, and I was in a mood. My husband was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, well, these kids, they leave their cups around the house, and also, by the way, the Sixers are down by 20.
Yes, and also, Jo didn't even jump in the pool. She just walked in there until she was under the water, and they're like, is she going to come out? Before we jump into the break, Joes, just a quick mention for the Marylands yesterday.
Well, hang on, let's go back. We're still a chance. There's still a pulse. There's still a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
We go over to Perth to play them, which is a tough gig, especially up against Bryce Cotton.
It is a tough gig. But here's the thing, like, they could actually still lose and get through. So unbelievable scenes.
Way to shit the bed for your last 3 games and still make the play.
Appreciate 8 Sixers. Take our hearts and just kick it around a bit. All good.
Warning, the following segment is for mature audiences only and may contain adult content, graphic language and nudity. Not that you'll see it. If easily offended, well, you're about to find out just how easily.
Your father, he's on the naughty list.
Jody and Hazy's Naughty at 6:40.
I know what will get you through the heat wave. Let's talk about what's happening in Mississippi.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my very goodness. Sometimes things just pop across my desk and I go, yeah, that is outrageous. And boy, oh boy, I'm in trouble if that comes to this country. A Democratic Mississippi state senator has introduced legislation that would make it unlawful for men to self-pleasure without the intent to fertilise an embryo.
Isn't that your intention every single time you do it?
Yeah, pretty much. You need your seeding licence, basically. The bill dubbed...
What are you, a harvester truck?
Pretty much. The bill dubbed Contraception Begins at Erection Act was introduced by Senator Bradford Blackman. Now, anyone whose first name is Bradford and they call themselves Bradford instead of Brad is a bloke who doesn't like to self-seed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it feels like.
So sometimes you have a tendency to speak really quickly, so you glossed over that. This is what the bill's called. The Contraception Begins at Erection Act.
Spot on. One of the better acts getting around in terms of other people in other countries making fun of it. The first penalty, how about this for some fines? The first penalty would be $1,000. No. Get your hands off it. The second one would be $5,000 and then $10,000 for every other subsequent offence.
Quick question, without notice, how are they monitoring this?
Spot on. Great question, Jodes. We're all thinking the same thing.
Because I'm not a boy who's, really practiced in this behaviour, but I would assume you do it when no one's around.
I think so. And what we've since learned in this generation, particularly this time period, is that if you're doing it somewhere near a computer, your phone, cover up the cameras.
Yes.
You never know who could be watching.
No. Let me do some quick maths on that. So what were the penalties? 1,000? All right, so this is theoretically, if they were to apply to you, if the Contraception Begins at Erection Act was to be enacted on Andrew Hayes, 1,000 plus. Oh my God, you've been fined $7 million.
$7 million. I'll take that. Oh my very goodness. Live Golf Adelaide returns Feb 14 to 16 with world-class golf, Fan Village Fun and headline music ads. Tickets livegolf.com. This will be, I'll predict, the hottest ticket in town in 2025.
It is already started in terms of Live Golf, people trying to secure their tickets because the event itself is absolutely spectacular. It is so good. And you know me, I don't really necessarily get involved in golf.
Yeah.
But Live Golf, this event, probably one of the best events I've ever been to in my life. It's incredible.
The watering hole is something that it blows your mind. And it's purely the aesthetics and the sounds of it all.
Yes.
So the thing that actually blows, and particularly for golf enthusiasts, the thing that blows your mind is it goes against everything that golf is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like you're watching these blokes tee off and everyone's going off.
Yeah.
That's like the opposite of what you should do at any golf course, let alone a professional circuit.
Did I tell you about the first year we went along and there was the hole-in-one on the watering hole? And guess where I was? At the buffet, lining up to get some food because my husband was hungry.
Probably getting a doggy bag. Just Jodes had lived stealing sushi, putting it in your handbag.
In a takeaway container.
Was it Scheffler's brother? I think.
What's
Did it?
that?
I think it was Scotty Scheffler's brother.
Oh.
Was it Scheffler's? Oh no, it was somebody else. It was their brother who got the hole in one. And didn't he celebrate accordingly?
God, it just next minute the whole place erupted. It was absolutely incredible. Now, if you would like to come along, this is a situation where you definitely can't lose because we have a $1,000 putt. Explain how this rolls, please.
So what I this, and what I will say is, do you know what? Stuff it. I'm going to up it to $100,000. You said
What I
1,000. Do you know what? On me, Jodes. I'm going to throw in $99,000. Generous of you, but I'm chucking in some extra coin.
Well done, Jody.
Well done, Jodes.
Oh my God.
Very conservative.
I've had one job this morning.
Where was it? Where was the other $99,000 going?
Yeah.
Jody's on holidays at the Maldives.
Oh dear. Sorry, a $100,000 part. What about this? Incredible scenes. If you sing this part, $100,000 all yours.
Yes. So what about this as a package? Accommodation at the Crown Plaza, corporate tickets to the iconic watering hole with food and drinks, and the chance to score $100,000 just by making a pretty simple putt. Very good stuff.
Just like that.
When you're away there, watch 7 News tonight from 6 p.m. and grab the nightly Live Golf feature team. The thing will just pop up probably before the sport. Have a little bit of a go at it. If you've got last night's feature team, register it now at novafm.com.au or the Nova Play app. Keep listening to us this week to see if you're the winner. She should be popular.
Yeah. Live Golf Adelaide returns February 14 to 16 with world-class golf, fan village fun and headline music acts, including Dom Dolla.
Yes.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. That is a good joke.
Jody and Hazy's Monday morning joke off.
Best way to start your Monday, and that is just a little bit of a prick, small injection of humour,
Yep.
and then off you go into the working week.
Okay, who would like to go first?
I'll go
Producer
first.
Zoe?
What?
Oh, don't push in, mate.
Okay, sorry, you go, Producer Zoe.
I got mine's
What have
short.
you got?
It's good. You can get started.
Is yours long?
No.
Okay, we're all short. Okay, well, it's hot, so no one can be bothered. All right.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't you use the password beef stew?
Why shouldn't you use the password beef stew?
It isn't stroganoff.
Oh, punny. Punny, that's punny.
Like punny.
Dad and punny, you know.
It's short and sharp.
Yeah.
I got one for you. What do you call a bloke with a rubber toe? Roberto. Okay, very good. What do you call a bloke with a rubber toe who had his car stolen?
Oh, no.
Roberto Carlos. Also a fantastic Brazilian footballer. So there you go.
Are you done?
I think I'm done. And finally, what do you call... No, I'm done. What do you got, Judge?
Okay, all right. I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
So how did Hungry Jacks get Yochi pregnant?
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Forgot to wrap his big whopper.
I don't get it. I'll press this anyway.
He forgot to wrap his big whopper.
Big whopper.
Well, what's it got to do with Yochi?
Because
They're dating.
They're dating. Yochi and
Oh.
It's more about the whopper. It's more about the whopper than the yogurt.
Can I just jump in here? Hazy, maybe just give us another rubber toe joke.
That's all I've got. Roberto brain loss after that for me.
You, the other day, were telling us the most outrageous story about your dad.
Yeah, he's been to jail a few times. No. He hasn't been to jail that I know of.
Oh, dear.
No, I just sort of feel like there's a massive difference between, massive generational shift in terms of handiness.
Yes.
So my dad he was a farmer.
Yeah.
But he was the type of bloke that could build anything, like absolutely anything. And there was no such thing as a problem that he couldn't solve. And I remember when I was maybe 10 or 11, I just started getting into basketball. I started heavily getting into the NBA. Big Charlotte Hornets fan for those playing along at home. Muggsy Bogues,
Yeah.
Alonzo Mourning, Larry
Yeah.
Johnson. Oh, what a team.
Guess what? No one cares.
Oh, damn it. Anyway, he said, I said, look, I really want a basketball ring. He said, right, I'll build you one.
What?
What are you talking about?
What?
And we had a tennis court. So what he did was he welded together a backboard. He welded together a big pole, which he sort of he stuck, welded it onto the tennis court pole.
Can't even describe it.
I can't even describe it, let alone build it.
There are welders across Adelaide at the moment with their head in their hands, just going, "What is he doing?"
What is going on? So they just flicked off the radio, put their mask back down, and started welding it. Can't have this. So
Not today, though, too hot, sparks flying.
He made his own ring.
Yeah.
And do you know what his guide was?
What?
I showed him in an NBA magazine what it looked like. So he made this genuine, and it was amazing. Like
Yeah.
it was completely, it's probably still there today, to be honest.
Yeah.
So when I think of Henry starting to get into basketball as well, when I think of how we get him a basketball hoop, I promise you, and I don't want to degrade myself too much, I don't know how to even order a basketball hoop online. I would shift that off to Cara.
Oh, wow. It's incredible, isn't it? Like you think about your grandparents and your parents and the things that they can do, because that was that generation.
Yeah.
They sort of grew up having a trade. I remember my grandpa down in Glenorchy, Hobart, Tasmania, whenever we went to the swimming pool for swimming lessons, which was outdoor, by the way.
Big
in the
old
middle-
watering hole.
Yeah. In the middle of winter in Hobart.
Yeah.
Good, thanks.
Oh, jeez.
Just climbed down in the water like blue with hypothermia. But my grandpa's photo was on the wall because he helped build it.
Oh,
He
there you
helped
go.
build a goddamn swimming pool.
Yeah, see, that's very, very handy.
Isn't that amazing?
And since then as well, you realise that you actually rely on your parents
Yeah.
for even the most mundane things. And I was into my sort of early to mid-20s. They were paying my rego.
What?
And I didn't even know that rego sort of existed.
Yeah.
Because mum and dad were paying for it. And also, we were on the family mobile plan. So I didn't even know that
Till how
mobile
old?
bills existed.
Till-
I got cut off, and I got brutally cut off as well. Like, literally, mum was like, oh, by the way, expect a letter in the mail, and it was a bill from Telstra.
Yeah, right.
So what is this?
What?
You have to pay for mobile phone bills these days?
So my mother-in-law, who's just an incredible woman, she does sewing lessons to this day, every Tuesday down at Victor Harbour, every single Tuesday, loves it, sews quilts. She does these incredible bereavement quilts. So if someone passes away, then she will take maybe items of their clothing and photos and put them together in quilt form for the kids of the person that's like, she's unbelievable. So can you imagine her absolute disdain and disgust when I go to her the other day and I say, I've got to go to a wedding and the button's fallen off my dress. Can you please sew that back on?
But you know what? You're still a young lady trying to work out the world. So it's fine.
I think approaching nearly 35, I should be able to sew a button back on.
You're 35. I thought you were just past 30. Good on you.
Let's do this. 13 24 10. What do you still rely on your very clever parents for? We'd love to hear from you. Anyone who gets on air goes in the running for Nova's cash or the car.
See, I know people whose parents live around the corner and they'll still go there once or twice a week. And one, get meals, and two, get their washing done.
So anyone
That's
who's...
people who are over the age of 30.
No.
Yeah.
I was going to say early 20s, you could probably still get away with mum or dad doing your washing. But over 30?
Yeah, because it's just become routine.
I refuse to believe that. I refuse. And if you're the mum or dad still doing your kids' washing over 30, shame on you.
Yeah. 13 24 10. Things you still get your parents to do.
Let's go to Danielle from Delamere. Good morning, Danielle. Hi.
Good morning. How are you?
All right, time to fess up. What do your parents do for you?
Oh, I use both my parents, actually. One, my mother for collecting my mail, and my father is my receptionist.
What do you
very
mean?
good. He's your personal slave.
Correct. He's amazing with data, so
yeah, right.
he can build me data sheets for me.
Oh, that's sexy.
And he won't ever say no.
No.
That's the best thing.
No, he doesn't. He's retired. So
But do you know what, though, Daniel? In your defence, you're, 18, 19, you're still trying to make your way.
yeah, and a bit more.
Okay. How many more, Danielle?
46.
46. 46, Danielle. And your mother is collecting your mail from the GPO box.
It's good. Well done.
Correct.
Wow.
In 1946, it's just a number. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Nicole from Strathalbyn. Good morning.
Hello.
What's going on in your family?
Well, I moved out of home a long time ago, but my brother still goes around to my mum's and gets her to cook dinner for him.
Okay.
And he's washing.
And he's washing. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He must be what, a 19-year-old just trying to start to make his way in the world, right?
Pretty much.
How old is he?
About 35.
Yep. Okay. 35. I told you I've got mates that do it. I got mum and dad to live around the corner, still getting meals and washing done.
I wouldn't be chuckling heartily if I were you, because when your wife, Cara, went away, I distinctly remember this. You had to call her and ask her how to use the washing machine.
That is
right?
correct. That is very, very true.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to use any of the appliances, and I didn't know how to do it. I was drinking toilet water by the end of it.
Yeah, like a little puppy dog.
There's nothing else I can do. Hey, I got a question for you, Jodes.
Go.
Congratulations to Nicole. Great caller. She's now on the standby list for Nova's Cash for the Car. What's a bigger sucker relationship?
What?
Is it mums doing everything for their sons?
Yeah.
Or is it dads doing everything for their daughters?
Oh, no, dads and daughters.
Dads and daughters?
Oh, just hold up your little pinky finger because all the dads are wrapped around there. And don't all the daughters know it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a 4-year-old and she has already established that.
Yeah.
I feel it. And I'm starting to get a few little lectures from my wife saying you're too harsh on our 6-year-old, our oldest son.
Yeah.
But Lottie can get away with murder.
Mm.
So, well, and I keep on saying, well, she's only 4.
Yeah.
And Cara will say,
That's not it.
No. You were still getting angry at Henry when he was 4.
Yeah.
But you don't get angry at Lottie.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it?
Dynamic little relationship.
I defy you to find a dad when their daughter calls to say, hey, Dad, can you just come around and put the oil in my car?
Mm.
Who's the dad saying, nah, go get stuffed? No one, ever.
Hey, Dad, I kind of murdered someone and I need to get rid of the body. Say no more. All right. I'll be over there ASAP. Let's get rid of this body.
The Marilyn Swim, if for the uninitiated, is basically we had 800 people, men and women, and more men this year than ever before, dress up as Marilyns and go for a little dip with our little rubber rings in the ocean.
We did it.
Magnificent, wasn't it?
Congratulations to the crew. Well done to Sarah Tinney who puts it all together, and just a fantastic initiative to raise some money for the Cancer Council.
Yeah. Unbelievable scenes. You, I have to say, you made a stunning Marilyn.
Oh, it felt right too.
Yeah.
Finally, it's like I've been caged for so long, and yesterday morning I finally felt free. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And also when we got there, obviously we weren't dressed as Marilyns when we got there. This idiot over here decides to get changed in the middle of the street where everyone was registering to become a part of the swim. So
Nah,
I'm
what can you do?
could you move to the side of the road perhaps as you take your pants off?
I did that thing where you put your towel around you and you get changed.
Yeah.
So you're like, whoa, what's going on underneath that towel? Plenty, let me tell you that. Plenty, Jodes. But not as much as you were doing with your phone.
Well,
oh, my goodness. You're lucky there weren't police there.
Okay, so I had a really unfortunate incident that resembled back in the day when, can you remember when Marilyn stood over that grate in the middle of New York and her skirt blew up?
Yes. And then she was like pushing it down.
Yeah.
And people were like, just get off the grate. It's like, what's going on here?
Well, I had a similar thing, although I didn't have a skirt, but I had a rubber ring around me. And so I had my phone in my hand because I wanted to take some vision of all these. It was magnificent scenes, like all these Marilyns going into the ocean. So I was walking down the beach. I had my phone with me, but it was under my rubber ring. And then my phone starts vibrating, and it's a call from my husband. And he goes, why is your crotch FaceTiming me? So I'm going to show producer Flack. I already showed you on the day.
Yeah.
But this, can you see his little face in the corner of the screen?
It's confronting producer Flack.
Oh, my.
That's my little husband in there. And that's what he was presented with when he answered my FaceTime call.
Yes.
The best way to describe it is my inner thighs, right?
Yes. The best way to describe it is a gateway to Jodie's soul.
I don't know what to say.
So I've never heard you speechless before. So I basically upskirted my husband from the Marilyn swim.
Greg. And Greg's a man who often gets confused. And he's like, are you sexting me in the midst of the Marilyn swim?
Yeah. Are you in the middle of 800 Marilyns trying to send me a message? What's going on here?
Yeah. Do you know who'd be proud of it, though?
Who?
Marilyn Monroe.